Hey, what's up? I'm Dave Boyer, aka Mr. Boyer, aka the Small Man, hiking in Craters of the Moon National Monument in Idaho, and kind of walking along the rim of this crater. And just as we got up to the top of that crater, we found another crater right next to it. So that's pretty cool to see all these spots where lava was shooting up. So I wanted to talk a little bit about igneous rocks. Igneous rocks form when lava cools and hardens, or magma cools and hardens. So what are some characteristics of igneous rock? Well, in a volcanic area, it really depends on one primary factor, and that is how quickly did the lava cool, or what was its eruption like. So in explosive volcanoes, like you probably think of when you hear of a volcano, you're going to get a lot of chunks of liquid rock shooting up into the air, and they're going to cool down really quickly, as opposed to other volcanoes that, like in Hawaii on Kilauea, for the most part it's a shield volcano that's just oozing out lava really slow, and it's cooling down over a longer period of time. When it cools down over a longer period of time, the Hawaiians call that pahoho, and pahoho is really smooth black rock. It's pretty far out there and you probably can't pick it up on the video, but I've been seeing some spots of pahoho out there. I've not seen any up here along the rim of the crater, but that's not unexpected because this is where that explosive rock was shooting up into the air, cooling down really fast, hitting the ground and finishing off that cooling process. So the speed at which the volcano is erupting, or the explosiveness, can affect the type of rock or the characteristics of the rock that comes out. Other things are going to be, like all rocks, the minerals in the rocks, what kind of parent rock material it was that formed it. And then in these igneous rocks here around a volcano, so many people have the misconception that a volcano is just this mountain filled up with liquid rock, whereas most of the insides of that mountain is not the liquid rock. It's going to be filled with solid materials and chambers, but also with water. Underneath this park is the Snake River Aquifer. An aquifer is an underground storage area, a natural underground storage area of water, and this is one of the biggest ones in our country. And so that water is there in the ground. It's inside the mountain, it's inside the volcano. So when that volcano erupts and starts to spew out this liquid rock, inside of that liquid rock is going to be water. And now, obviously, inside liquid rock, we're talking about extremely hot temperatures, so it's going to be water vapor. And as that rock cools, the water vapor, or liquid water maybe, starts to escape from the rock and leaves behind all these little honeycomb-like holes. So one characteristic of igneous rock tends to be that it's not very dense, because density is how much stuff is in a given space, and if there's a bunch of air pockets and holes inside of it, there's less rock in the same amount of space. So igneous rock tends to be less dense and can have many air pockets or gas pockets and holes. There are other gases besides water vapor, but I mentioned that because of the aquifer that is underneath the ground here. So pretty cool to see some igneous rock right at the source of where it was formed. About 2,100 years ago, this volcano erupted and spewed out this igneous rock. I mentioned the pahoho in Hawaii, the smooth rock, but when it comes out and cools really quick, it tends to have jagged edges. It's sharp, and the Hawaiians call that ai, as if you step on it and it sticks in your barefoot because you're in Hawaii, and you step on it, it sticks into the bottom of your foot and you're going ai. So it's kind of stuck. It's ai is the sharp, jagged igneous rocks, and pahoho is the smooth rocks. Pretty cool. I just want to stop here and share it with you and tell you that science rocks. Peace.